Hello everyone, I am filming this video at the Savannah International Airport. I hope that you can hear me clearly. I'm here with, by the Sunglass Hut. Got the Ray-Ban. Anyway, so, I promised you an additional help video to help you get started if you haven't gotten started on your final project. Or maybe if you have, and maybe if you want to start again or whatever. So, this is a tutorial for that. So anyway, if you chose to do an original song, this is just a way to start thinking about it. So if you have Logic 11, you're going to have a few more options, Logic 11 on the school computer. Some of them are like 10.9 and other ones are 11. So just keep in mind, I'm recording this from a Logic 11 perspective here. So if you have Logic 11, there's a few more affordances that are given to you than Logic 10, but you can still do this project any way you want to. So the first thing I would start doing if I'm just like writing at the computer just from scratch and I want to make like a pop rock or general pop thing, I'm inclined to start with drums, me personally. You could start this with other things too, but I'm just going to start there. And because we're essentially making like a demo essentially of this, right? We can use some of these algorithmic drums. So I'm gonna see, mine Logic 11 includes a bass player and a keyboard player, but if the computer you're working on doesn't have it, then that's okay. And the only reason I can't update it is because it's signed on a different account, yada yada. It's a little complicated. Anyway, drummer. When you select drummer, you can start with this. You can change this any time, by the way. Any time you can change it. But let's just do indie rock. Whatever that is. I'm kidding. Create. I'm joking. It's just such an open-ended genre name. Anyway, so what I can do here is I can hear what this sounds like. It's already brought in a drum beat. Notice, you might not have noticed this, but it changed my BPM from 120 to 100. And it'll do that automatically because it's importing tempo data with it. That doesn't mean you have to stick with 100. You can speed it up and it will speed up with it without pitch shifting. But it might sound a little funny because it's kind of designed for 100 BPM. Anyway, let's hear what that sounds like. 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know about you, but it sounds like a Red Hot Chili Peppers song to me. It sounds like a very Chad Smith kind of thing. Anyway, fine. Let's keep it. Now, if you're playing around with the session algorithmic drummer, you can change some of these things down here. Complexity, intensity. Older versions of Logic will actually have like an XY graph, and you can move a little dot around. It's going to work the same. It's just they felt that in 11 they would rather use these meters. Sure. And we can change to a ride symbol. I'm sorry, crash symbol is what this is notating. Let me clarify. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Let me clarify. When you click on this guy, you might be wondering to yourself, is that a ride symbol or a crash symbol? It depends on the intensity and it depends on the beat. And it's just a little peculiarity of the way that they've designed this software. But I'm just going to go with the hi-hats. I can change the pattern in here. I'm going to go with this one. Can you hear the ELO on the PA system? I know it's going to clash with our playback a little bit, but anyway. Jeff Lynne. Good stuff. Anyway, here we go. Let's play this. Okay, it's a little too much with that. I'm gonna bring it back. Just my choice. So many fun sounds at the airport. I might take a sip of my coffee. So you can change it to taste. I'm just going to live with this one just for the sake of this tutorial. Now, what I would recommend that you do is don't try and write the entire song just yet. I would actually start blocking off sections of this so that you can loop it and build the section that way, and then kind of copy and pull it across. So I'm gonna say, like, maybe this is like an introduction. It doesn't have to, because it's at the beginning. I could start writing the verse and then slide everything over out of the way, or add measures at the beginning. It's up to you how you want to do that. But let's pretend that this is just an introduction. So I don't have a keyboard with me. I'm going to use the built-in keyboard in Logic to start laying down like keyboard pads and a bass line. Now this is the point where you could also use loops. You access loops by going up here to the top right, and you got the loops in here. And I don't have all of them downloaded. If you need help downloading them, I will come in and assist you tomorrow on Thursday or on Friday if you still need any. Anyway, but the ones that are in here are perfectly usable. You can shift them to other keys. For the sake of simplicity, I'd recommend that you keep the ones that are in certain keys together for now, just for the sake of ease and simplicity. And so, yeah, these are present here. You can use them as you like. I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to record it. And yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an instrument. Let's make a new software instrument. And I actually want to make a bass line first. And this is my choice. So I'm going to put here, I need my library. Show library. And there's a number of ways to get to a bass sound. I'm going to hit Command K to open the keyboard. It's so quiet on my little laptop speakers in this loud environment. Okay, I kind of hear it. You probably hear it more than I can. Okay, fine, I believe it. Maybe that'll work, huh? C, 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 C. Right, here, let's go back and let's jam on it. Cool. Okay, I've got it. I haven't recorded it. I'm just jamming on it. I got my decision now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna turn the loop off on this, because if it loops back, I don't want to accidentally overstep that, and then it's gonna go back to the beginning. Turn the loop off. Make sure I'm at the very beginning, and I am going to use a metronome, and this is going to have 1 bar of count off. Remember, if you right-click this, you can see different measures of count off here. Different numbers of measures, I should say. So here, that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. And I have 2 measures. I'm going to Command R and repeat it. I had this selected. I hit Command R to repeat it. I'm going to say it again. I had this selected. I hit Command R, repeated it. There it is. So right now, it might be a little hard to hear, and I apologize for that. But if I go back to the beginning, ooh, we even got some space for that drum fill. I didn't plan it that way, but there it is. Maybe my subconscious planned it that way. I don't know. Anyway, so the bass line and the drums work. Ta-da! Okay, this is a good starter. I'm going to say, this is my intro. Now, I want to put some chords down. Let's find, thinking. I want Let's jam on it. I'm gonna turn the loop back on. I like that one. Okay, I'm gonna record it now. I took the loop away, and here's my count off. Make sure I know what notes I'm gonna play. Cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the way the keyboard's mapped. I'm sorry. Try that again. Here we go. Cool. And we're just going to keep it really modular right now, and we're just going to repeat this. Okay, basically works. And then I'm gonna have a melody on top. Have I decided to put vocals down? No, I'm also in the airport. So what if I do new software instrument track, and I want a lead voice? Well, I'm gonna go and look for a sound in the synthesizer classics, and I want to hear up an octave. So I'm gonna do I don't like it. This seems like the B reel to Napoleon Dynamite, doesn't it? Okay, anyway. Okay, something like this. I finally arrived on something that is not terrible. So at least I don't know, by my estimation, I'm literally just making this in front of you in the airport, next to the Ray-Ban ad. Anyway, go back, and I had something like this. Here we go. Let's live with it. It's fine. Now, I'm not in a good position to be mixing because I don't have my headphones on and I'm in a busy, loud airport. I'll walk you through what I would do if I could adequately hear everything the way it should be, because I really don't know how this is going to sound coming through in the video. So it's a little bit of guesstimating. So let's go back and hear what we have. This sounds like... Okay, I'm serious. I said Napoleon Dynamite. That's what it sounds like. Okay, fine. Now, let's say I want to do something totally different. I'm going to change that because that texture is going to get annoying really fast. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a repeated section of this drummer, but now I'm going to change the parameters of this clip, not the whole track. Check it out. If you click and select the whole track, and then you go down here and make changes, it's going to affect everything. It's going to unify all the clips to be the same, whatever those parameters are. But if you go in here and select just that clip, notice it didn't select that one, it's just that one. Make changes here, it's only going to affect this one. And that's what I want to do, is I want to chill it out right here. I want to chill this out. So what I'm going to do is, I clicked on that part. This is the next part. I'm going to bring the intensity way down. I'm going to bring the complexity way down. I'm going to change the kick and snare pattern. Yeah. And then I'm going to change that. Go to pattern 1. And let's hear that. Yeah, that's fine. I'll live with that. Now, I'm not going to just repeat this thing. I actually want to do something different in this section. Do you have to choose to do that? No, this is my decision to do that. You could actually repeat that section. You could repeat it and then keep adding things. You could repeat it and keep taking things away. Whatever you want to do with that. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the bass line. So far, I have this kind of C7 vamp here, with a little weird keyboard part, suggesting the harmony, some kind of melodic-ish gesture. I'm gonna go with the bass, and I can't hear all the nuance of the patch, just the way I have my setup. But that's okay. I'm going to use it as a demo, because don't forget, it's just being input here as MIDI data. Once it's recorded, I can change the sound and still have these same notes in here. It's just going to change the sound of the notes coming out. MIDI is that versatile. So, now, let's think about where this thing could go. I just came off of playing... So cheesy. Oh my gosh. It hurts my heart. Great. Now, I actually want to do something different, where I'm going to have these long, drawn-out notes, and I'm actually going to focus on a minor tonality. I'm going to go right to the 6th chord, and let's do this. Okay, now for something completely different. Right here. So I'm setting my playhead there. That's where it's gonna start recording. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna have a long held out A note, pressing on the keyboard, and then I'm gonna lower the octave the next measure. Raise it. Get the idea. Here we go. Great. And I'm not going to bother with quantizing it. I don't know if I would really want to live with it, but... yeah. At this point, I really want to change that drum part because I'm actually starting to steer in a different direction. How would I do that? I would go here, and I can change the drummer here. So maybe this is shaping up to be something a little different. I'm not sure. I'll let you decide. I'm gonna go 80 pop. A little tired. And notice when I change that, it's gonna change everything. Let's go see what it did. I like this better. Take the click out. And it's something different. You know what? I like this drum better. I'm going to keep it. And this is actually driving me nuts. So I want to change the sound of this. Let's loop it, solo it. Okay, I like this better, but I don't want it to delay like so much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into here. We have a little bit of a delay in here. Boo-ba-doo-doo. Where are you? I'm gonna make the delay about there. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that works. It's a little cleaner. All I did was I lowered the bus here. That is this space designer and channel EQ. There's just less of this audio coming into this channel. Better yet, what I should say is it's sending less. We're getting less in the overall of those effects on the bus is what I should be saying. So when I go here to the delay designer, all I did was lower the I lessened the length of the delay. I need more coffee. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Let's see the ES2. If the ES2 also has a built-in effect, I want to see. No, it's fine the way it is. I'll leave it the way it is. Ooh. Okay, great. I like this bass texture. I like how it ends up. I want to add something a little different. What I'm going to do is I am going to bring these together. That is, I'm going to join them. All I did was instead of being two things, I made them one by right-clicking, and then we have bounce and join, but we're not going to bounce in place. Not right now. We're going to hit join. And what I want to do is I want to copy this. It's on my clipboard. And now I'm going to create a track, new software instrument track, and I just want like a piano, like a straight ahead piano here. I've used this one. This little preset sounds nice. Let's paste. Great. Now, check it out. It's hard to hear in the Savannah airport. This piano part is doubling the bright suitcase And what I want to do is I want to introduce that element into the introduction, and then I'm actually going to automate the volume to bring it to the front of the mix right here, because I don't want to keep this one going. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just going to shift instruments suddenly. I'm going to, like, the piano was always there, and now it's going to be louder at that section with automation. So the chords are also going to change. Let me record those, and then I'll play with the automation. So if I go in here, I'm deciding I'll go with this octave, and it's a little weird to play my computer keyboard as a keyboard. Okay, let's record it. Let's do it. Ivory and wood, record. So here we go. Great. Great. Repeat. Is it the most amazing keyboard track in the world? No. But check this out. It might be the case that right now on my laptop, I sketch out this idea using just like very simple block chords that I'm playing on the keyboard. And then when I get access to another keyboard, I'm actually going to record it for real. And I'm going to arpeggiate things, and I'm going to have the damper pedal going, and I'm going to actually make it like a real piano part instead of just chong. That's a possibility. Maybe it's fine the way it is. That part's up to you. I'm just talking about my workflow here. So, okay, that part basically works. I repeated it. Let's put the computer back on my lap here. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that. Now, what I want to do in this section, and this is my recommendation to you in general, is when you have this section where I've repeated the chords and I've repeated the bass, I'm going to add an element and I'm going to change something in the drums. Let's imagine this was a verse and I was going to sing something here, right? Well, the stanzas will change lyrically between the first section of the verse and the second section, but I need to have more elements changing to keep the interest. So I'm going to introduce another instrument right here, and I'm going to change this drum track. Not too much, just a little bit. So let's change the drum track and see what we have. So we have to imagine that this is the next section. I'm going to go back. Well, this might seem a little counterintuitive, but I'm going to change the prior section and make the prior section less complex and less intense. Then I'm going to leave this one right where it is. Let's hear the transition. Now, this came down in volume, that's true, and intensity, and is not as busy. Now, I'm going to push this one up just a little bit and make it go to hi-hats. So, already, do you hear the difference there? It might not be your cup of tea, and it's not. There's still a lot I would do with this, and it's very straightforward. But already changing that drum part has such an immense effect on the texture and then the feeling of the flow between the sections. And so that's what I'd recommend that you do. Do you have to do it? No. Some drum parts are always the same all the way through, and that's perfectly fine. It depends on what you're pursuing. I'm going to add another instrument up here to prefer to bring out a textural change. I'm not going to use, yeah, I will use the bright suitcase sound. And let's see, measure 17 right here. Let's unenable and enable bright suitcase. I actually want to kind of occlude, make opaque perhaps the harmony here. So let's it's hard for me to hear, but let's I've almost got the thing that I want. I was finding it there for a second. I'm going back. That voicing, okay. I'm not used to playing my computer keyboard as a keyboard, but here we go. I'm going to keep that little delay in there. I hit a wrong note here. How would I change it? Well, it's that one. You know, that one. I'm going to double click it. It's already in my editor. It's already here. I need to find... It was this F. I did not intend on playing that F at that moment, and it's gone. Let's hear what we have. Almost. I want to change some things. I'm not going to quantize this. I actually want to go and just move them around a little bit. So remember that in Logic, we have this grid here. My grid is showing. Sorry. Measure 23, beat 2, beat 3, presumably beat 1. Broken into 16ths. So I actually want this to be a bit later. I'm going to put it there. Notice, remember, snap. I'm doing this so-called smart snap. I can also do 16ths and have it snap like that. Full eighth note right there. Move it over a little more. Yep, that's my intention. That is my intention with that. So, wow, it's probably time for me to take a nap in Savannah Airport. But this is just a way to get started. Remember, you want your song to be about 3 minutes. If it's 2:30, I'll accept that, but about 3 minutes in length. And let's say everything's done. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I said I was going to automate something. Woo! So I'm going to go back here and do the automation. Do you remember what that was? I said I wanted this piano part to change volumes at this time. To enable automations, the automation mode, the view in Logic, I click on these two little dots up here. And it's going to give me the automations I can perform. So, it's already on volume mode. And I've already lowered it a little bit. Changing this isn't going to make any automation. To make automation, you're going to have to draw or click or point or do something inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the volume actually pretty low where I want it for the beginning, because it's just kind of hiding under the texture. And then what I want to do is I'm going to create a node there. What I did was I double clicked in this track. I just double clicked anywhere. It created a node. I'm going to zoom in. What I want this to do, I'm going to scoot it over a little more, and then a node right next to it. It's gonna suddenly become right there. Nope, higher. Right there. I'll give it a tiny bit. Well, let's hear what that effect is. So cheesy. I'm sorry for bringing this into the world. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's probably fine. I would need to double check that with headphones to make sure it was what I wanted. But it came in, volume went up, and it was suddenly more present in the mix. And then if I wanted to change it later, I'd have to turn it down, make another node. But that was a way of automating that. It's as if I was turning the volume knob up or down, depending on where we were. I also haven't panned this at all. I'm in favor of separating these chordal figures. They're identical at the beginning, even though one is quieter than the other. I'm gonna there we go. I think it has more space to it, right? Okay. Now, the point of this video is not whether or not you like the song. I'm literally throwing this together at the airport without headphones and yada yada yada. This is just like the process I would go about making a track like this. Now you can write lyrics and sing on top of it, improvise the melody. What I would do is I would loop this section and then sit and sing and improvise and come up with something you really, really like. A mosquito bite. And so that way you can use the microphone. You could, it's not super ideal. If you have a laptop, you could use the microphone on the laptop and then make sure you're using headphones to stop any feedback. If you're running Logic on your machine, there is a way to use, if you have an iPhone, you can use the iPhone as an external microphone. It's an option. It's not great, but it'll work for just getting an idea down. Or you can use the microphone that's in the lab. Make sure you turn the phantom power on. Anyway, so let's zoom ahead. Let's pretend I'm done. I'm happy. Everything is audible. I like the way that it sounds. Everything's cool. Let's pretend. Once that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out here and I'm going to bring the end of the session closer. Let's say that this is actually the end of my song. I don't want there to be a lot of time after the song is ended. Maybe, maybe that's enough, right? That little spot, right? I don't want a bunch of hanging extra audio with nothing on it, right? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. Once that's set, I'm going to go File, Bounce, and then Project or Section. Oh my gosh, this mosquito bite is really intense. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to go up here, File, Bounce, Project or Section, and make a PCM version. And I would select Wave, and then 32-bit float, 48 kilohertz. That's cool. I don't go above 48 kilohertz. The M box is maxed out at 48 kilohertz, even though Logic can do an outrageous amount of samples. You can also, you should also export it as an MP3 so that you can send it to me on Canvas. And so when you do this, it's going to ask you where do you want it to be saved, and then you save it, and then and then it's good to go. Then you upload it on Canvas, and there it is. Okay, I would recommend very strongly that you listen to your completed track on the computer outside of Logic after you've bounced it to make sure everything was there. Because remember, if you bounce it with something soloed or muted, that soloing or muting is gonna be retained, right? In the mix that's coming out. So there you have it. I encourage you strongly to play around with things like compressors, plugins, compressors, equalization, things like that, to tighten the sound. Right now, at this level in the class, you are just experimenting with these things. So if you already know how all of them work together to produce a mix, I encourage you to challenge yourself and really get them to work hand in hand. If you have questions, please ask me. If you're unsure about how they all work together to make a solid mix, don't worry, that will be addressed in the future class. Unfortunately, our semester is at an end. You can still ask me, and I'd be glad to share information, but there's a lot to talk about, so I'd rather answer your questions as they come to me. Anyway, I hope this is informative and interesting. I will plan to see all of you, well, maybe not all of you, but anyone who has questions. I'll plan to see you perhaps Thursday, tomorrow, or Friday during the day, for at least the afternoon. Anyway, I'll be around. Please send me an email or send me a text message if you have any questions. And I'm going to sit here and work on stuff at the airport. Anyway, hope you're having a good finals week, and I'll see you again soon.